Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to put this in the calculator. We're going to hit second matrix again. We're going to edit. This first one is a 2 by 2. And we have 2, -1, 3, and 4. Now we're going to edit the second one. And it's 3, -9, 2, 5, 7, -6. So now we quit and we're going to do A times matrix B. I'm just hitting enter every time. And there I go. And it does match up. This is why we check our work if we can. Like I said, if it's a non-calculator portion, you can't do this. It's also a lot quicker and less tedious in the calculator. So it's good to know both ways. Just be prepared for both ways because you don't know what you're going to see when it comes to this. Looking at number 3, this is a solving one. I'm hoping this is type that we're going to use on the calculator. That's the only way I'm going to show you guys. We're going to put this first one and last one in the calculator. Here's why. If this was an equation, I've got numbers here, a variable equals a number. Just making up random numbers. We're solving for x, we divide by the number. However, in matrices, we don't divide, we use the inverse. So for here, if we have A, so if we have numbers, instead of dividing by A, we take the inverse, which has a -1, and those go away. And actually, this goes first. So I'm going to show you how to put this in the calculator. It's the only way I'm going to show you. Matrices is a big unit. We don't really have time to go through it all, but if I can show you the key factors to get you guys prepared for the ACT, that's what's most important. So we're going to go second matrix and then edit. This is a 3 by 3 matrix. We're going to type every piece in. We're going to do the same thing with this one, and this is a 3 by 1, and we're going to put our numbers in. So second quick, we want to be back on this main page. We're going to do the inverse of A. So second matrix A, and then we want the inverse, which is this button right here. This is going to give me my -1 times matrix B. And we get 3, 0, 2. And so each piece that is in the same position tells me what everything equals. So x equals 3, y equals 0, and z equals 8. This goes back to what we talked about with the equal matrices. So the last thing we're going to do, this is a little bit of everything, and I know it's kind of a lot. I'm just trying to make sure you guys get a slight overview over matrices because, like I said, this is a whole unit in itself in terms of pre-calculus. So if you're going to pre-calculus next year, this gives you kind of a leg up on this. In terms of all of you guys, it should help you all be successful on the ACT because this is something you have yet to see. So we're going to do 2 problems from the ACT book. I wanted to do these together because these are a little bit more complicated. So it says evaluate 2x plus y plus 4z given this. We're going to do this looking at multiplication. So we're going to kind of write out our thing. So if we look at multiplication again, remember we do first row times the first column and so on and so forth. Well, all we have here is a row and a column. That's it. So we're going to multiply all of this by this entire column. So each piece it lines up. So 4 times x, which is 4x, plus middle, y times 2 is 2y. And then the last piece, 8 times z is 8z. And it equals 10. We are trying to figure out what this piece right here is. Well, if we look here, I have 4x and a 2x, 2y and a y, 8z and a 4z. Part of the ACT is trying to figure out your problem-solving skills and what is trying to make you think and to see what level you can think on. So I can see from looking and comparing that maybe I could divide all this by 2. So we're going to divide everything by 2 because what you do to one side, you do to the other. 4 divided by 2 is 2x. Up. Have that. 2y divided by 2 is y. We're in the right direction. 8z divided by 2 is 4z equals 10. Well, since these are equals 5. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Since these are the same thing, then 2x plus y plus 4z equals 5. So the answer to this one is K. So my biggest tip is for a question like this, it's not really like a teachable thing. This is something I can teach you. The rest of it is you guys looking at what you're given, what you have found, and seeing what is similar and what you can do to this piece right here to make it look like what they originally gave you. So like I said, the ACT is more than just seeing what did you learn from high school. It's also trying to see what are your problem-solving skills and looking at your thinking skills. So it's a tricky problem. I get it. This is just a really good example of what you guys are going to see on the ACT. Okay. Next question, it says, what is the value of zy minus xw? Well, we first need to figure out what these are. When we looked at adding, remember we just do each piece. So 3x plus 6 has to equal 9. Then we move on to the next part. 3 minus 2y equals 4. Because they're all in the same position. They're all in corresponding positions. 2w minus 4 equals 6. And then 2z minus 6 equals 10. Then all we do from here is just solve. So we subtract 6 on both sides. 3x equals 3 divided by 3, and x equals 1. We're going to subtract 3 because it's a positive 3. We don't care about the sign. The sign goes with this too. We subtract 3. Negative 2y equals 1 divided by negative 2, and y equals negative 1/2. We add 4. So 2w equals 10 divided by 2, and w equals 5. Lastly, add 6. 2z equals 16 divided by 2, and z equals 8. So we're not done yet because that's not what it asked me to do. It asked me to find 2y minus xw. So we're going to sub these values into this expression. So z is 8, y is negative 1/2, minus x is 1 times w, which is 5. So when we simplify this, we get negative 4 minus 1 times 5 is 5, gives us negative 9, which is A. So this is a brief introduction into matrices. Like I said, this should hopefully be about all you guys need to know for the ACT. This is what the book says that you guys need to know. So I got practice for you guys. This is brand new. So Please practice. That's the only way you guys are going to get better at this.